Hello, beautiful Virgo. Welcome to your reading. Today we're going to look into money, success, career for the next 12 months. I'm pulling your symbols and they're going to give us an idea what you should focus on mostly and also what's coming your way, what you need to know. We have a mule here. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Okay. And we have an archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. Very good. And scissor, disappointment in some affair. I feel like this is everything we see here. We're going to interpret in a positive light because I feel like you might have someone already disappointing you when it comes to material things. And the scissors is cutting that off. So it is also a positive thing. But this mule here, let's keep that in mind because this can be your energy as well. Okay, maybe you're being stubborn about someone that is in your life and not really, or something, a situation that you're being stubborn and not to take them out of your sight because you're thinking they are the archway to the opportunities, but you are the path, basically. You are the one creating that. I'm going to dive into your coffee cup and the saucer. Then we're going to look at the tarot at the end. I see an evil eye already. Yes, there's somebody there, okay? And this can be... I don't feel like this is like a family or anything. You have many positive opportunities, even a highway opening up here. And but this can be someone maybe pulling wool over your eyes. Maybe this doesn't have to be someone specifically alive at this moment, but this can be someone who told you that money is dirty, making if somebody's getting successful, becoming successful, getting promotions at work, they're probably doing a dirty work kind of energy. That's why there's a disappointment in some affair because whatever they told you wasn't the truth and you're starting to understand that. This is the age of Aquarius, guys. Everything is coming to light. If someone was right, that's coming to light. If someone was wrong, that's going to be also coming to light as well. And this is your enlightenment time when it comes to next 12 months, okay? And someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change as the change is coming. So it is about embracing that. But the symbol mule tells me that there's also a transformation happening when it comes to that field. We have another N as in Nancy, Nathan. This is outside of your comfort zone, and this can be in the name of a city as well, okay? And it seems like there's a highway opening up within the 6 months timeline. But before that, I see conversations happening, communications are happening with in between people. It seems like there's a couple here, a man sitting, the lady's on top of him, like on top of, in the sense of she's floating above him. So there might be a creative energy bringing you inspiration so you can take action, which is sitting on a big fish here. It can be material success, but it requires your material, like your feminine mind, giving you the inspiration and you're taking it and going after it, okay? It seems like you start the year with like a pathway or maybe phone calls coming from a person who is in a distant. And it seems like here there might be an offer coming in. You can see the ring in between two people and there is a flower. And the flower can indicate something that you would love to do. You would love to make a part of your life. Ring symbolizes commitment, but there's also, I feel, negotiations happening here. There might be a good offer coming forward and you're going to take it. This is also, I know this is not a romantic reading, but this can also be a relationship coming into your life, a commitment. And this might have an effect on your financial situation too. I don't know if this is going to be a good effect. I don't see like any legal papers. One of the person has a legal paper behind them. This can be like a prenup as well. If that's the case, it's contract basically. You need to review this paperwork very carefully because it might have something positive for you, but it might also have something negative. It says new opportunities, possibilities, and pathways are opening. So I don't really interpret this in the sense of marriage, but the ring indicates commitment. So it can be you're committing yourself to a place maybe for the next 12 months or maybe next 6 months or so, because we have another contract coming up here, okay? And it seems like after this contract goes down, you are actually going to like get in touch with that creative part of you. Sometimes what happens is even if the things come in a negative, shows up in a negative sense, I feel like here when you keep the attitude positive, you start to see how you can come up with a positive solution or how it is actually affecting you in a positive way can change your action, which is your masculine side here, sitting and not taking action. So it's the mental is very important here, how you approach what comes your way. And another thing here is there's a gold mine, there's a massive fish you're sitting on, there's evil eye on it, meaning you might be getting a lot of attention to this kind of thing. This can be a skill, this can be something you have, I'm thinking maybe like a family heirloom or a home or a business idea. It is a big thing that you're sitting on at this moment, and you might find that after you get this commitment, maybe you're going to start in a new job environment and it's going to bore you so much that you're going to start taking steps towards that that desire of yours or of that talent of yours. Okay, that is going to take you out of that space. Okay, it can be something like that. And I see a dog right here. And the dog is actually like kind of like laughing. So this is going to be something, dog symbolizes loyalty, but I feel like also they're playful as well. This is going to have a lot of playfulness in it. When you start taking steps towards it, you're going to have a lot of joy. You're going to feel a lot of joy about the situation. Another thing here is dog is looking at a person. So you might even call upon someone. I don't want to say a master, but master not in the sense of dog has an owner sense, but I feel like master can be someone who mastered the game. They know what they're doing and they have another offer behind them, or maybe a cup. Cup also indicates emotionally fulfilling offer, might be a good thing for you. So you're going to maybe negotiate that too after the 6 months timeline. What happens then is I see like a storm of like a rain, star rain. I don't know if there's such a thing. I don't think stars actually rain on the planet Earth, but we can, when we go to like the darkest in the proper places, you can see the rain of the stars. This kind of reminds me of the back of this card here. You can see the stars are raining down. Stars are indicative of wish fulfillment, which is a very positive thing because it seems like here you're going to catch some of those wishes. You might find yourself in an environment that there are a lot of opportunities raining down on you. Maybe if if you're looking for a job, stepping into a recruiting company, they have many things fits with you that you're going to have the opportunity to choose. There are two pathways here, either or, maybe both. Or this can be like something like a kind of like a discount coming in. Or if this is like, I don't know, I don't see really homes here, but I see someone standing on a hill, maybe an opportunity or an adventure, which will come through when you have the material satisfaction. You're going to get the chance to explore that, okay? I see the phone lines here continuing that started in the beginning of the year. And I see the Fool's energy right there. You can see someone who has a hat going on an adventure, but he's not on the cliff. So towards the end of the year, you might really get a chance to go on a new adventure. This doesn't mean that he's not on the cliff. This doesn't mean that you're going to take risks, because the Fool takes risks. He's on the edge of the cliff and he takes a leap of faith into the unknown. You're not really going into the unknown. This is something known, maybe something that you're desiring. And certain things happening in a way, the star rains and stuff, is actually preparing you to be able to get the courage and pack up and go to this thing. This kind of looks like, to me, the edge of it, the hockey stick, the game hockey. So it can also be, I mean, he's looking like he's carrying a pug. I think that was like the thing that they hit. So this can be even, it is a rough sport, but he seems like he's experienced in there. So you might be getting inside of like a crowded in an environment that you know how to play the game, you know how to protect yourself too. Overall though, it's not, I feel like this is something that you go into that space joyfully. You can see this character smiling. So it might be even the referee in that space. It doesn't have to be you actually fighting for your life. You might be the referee, maybe like or arbitrator, telling people, showing people what to do, their options and such, maybe getting paid for it too on top. Let's dive into your soul. So now, if you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, hold it in your mind and let's see what the answer is going to be for that one. I see here, kind of looks like to me a bag with a handle right there. Bag can symbolize a big money opportunity coming in. And it seems like it's not really coming right away with like a full force. It is coming in in pieces. Okay, I see there are two people kissing. It kind of looks like a fish head to me, like the lips are fish head. This is partnership, guys. Okay, and your desire is something that is related to big money, I feel, and it is coming gradually. It's like you might receive small chunks of it first, but then the big stuff starts to roll in. You can see like gradually it's coming in. And the thing is, gradually it is increasing probably when it's coming. There are two people kissing here. This can be, I think I saw like in Italian movies, like the male figures tend to have that kind of like a salute and acceptance, like being a family type of energy here. This doesn't have to be like different genders. This can be like a tying the knot, tying a deal, making handshaking about something. I see a tree in between them. It can be about buying a new home. It can be about creating a new business together. Kind of looks like a broccoli to me now when I look at the tree's top, which is small trees. Actually, when you look at the broccoli, it is small trees bunched up together, which is kind of reminds me of a little bit, what do you have? Oak tree is kind of like that too, which is they live forever if they don't get a disease or struck by lightning. Even if they get struck by lightning, I think they can still survive. So it's something that will have longevity when you make this deal with these people. And it can be like within the 6 months. And this is like a chunk of money, like aligning and coming really in big amounts. I even see a letter V here as a victory, and there's like a deer, kind of like not the deer, but the masculine one, the elk. Elk can symbolize also like a gentle but strong longevity. Okay, let's see what tarot has to say for you. Oh my gosh, I couldn't post a couple days. I was under the weather, so now after all that medicine, my hands are not really working properly. Okay, I see 4 of Wands in the wheel on the bottom already, which is a very positive sign. 4 of Wands is coming to an end line and finishing cycle, and the wheel is actually like the change coming in, and it's a positive change. It's a good change. The change is actually going to manifest in a way that will help. Maybe it is already the celebration is coming forward with the crossing the finish line, and from that moment on you're gonna have a different structure. Queen of Wands is confidence here. This is probably you being confident within the first season. We're gonna go season by season. You are your feminine side. She's looking like both feminine and masculine. You can see that she's actually carrying both energies. She's not only like a female, but she's a confident like woman sitting down there, and you can look into her eyes. She has her cat right there. In the original we see a black cat. This indicates that she doesn't care about if people have judgments about her. She doesn't care. She gets things done. The fire behind her symbolizes her passion, and her initiative takes action, takes care of things. In the fire, you can cook things, you can bake things, you can make clay pots, and everything is just a tool of modern life, or tool of civilization, basically, she has. And not like only her. Okay, she has a lot of strength and also stability, financial stability. This is the first season you're going to jump into. You might get, if you get any inspiration, do not just push it to the side, follow it through, because it seems like it might be your first step to the stable life and the strength and maybe even the power that you need, okay, or you want. And we have Death card coming in the second season. This will, okay, when you stand in your confidence, you cannot keep the old things lingering, old relationships that are weighing you down, old situationships, old resentment that you're feeling for something someone did to you, and maybe you're still keeping them in your energy field. You cannot keep them. Death is actually letting the old go. Okay, and so you can open up more space for the sun shining here, the new things coming in. That is a sudden interruption, and if you don't decide to let them go, certain things are going to remove themselves. This can be friendships that are weighing your energy down, removing themselves out of your life. This can be something that has been prolonged for a long time and coming to an end. And there's a sunshine. You can see there's a new day coming forward, and the justice within the 3rd month timeline. We can see she's so beautiful here. This is a Druid Craft Tarot. And justice is actually what's right being done. She's actually symbolizing the Themis, the god of justice, but her eyes are not closed. So she's seeing openly what's right and wrong. And Themis doesn't see that. Themis just weighs things on a scale and then just delivers the justice. But this card here we have, she's also kind of reminds me of a little bit Athena as well. She has a sword too. And this one has a little warrior attitude. And what we see in the justice card is the king and the common person, they're sitting in front of, in original tarot, in front of the god of justice, meaning, so if you have done something good, that's going to get delivered to you. And that's why focus your energy onto those things that you want to happen and pursue those things that you want to amplify. Okay, because the third season of the year is going to be the time that those, whatever that you focus on, it is going to expand. And another thing here, if you have karmic issues, maybe you dealt with people, they owe you, that might also start to come back into your life. Okay, meaning they might start to pay, or you might receive those kind of things from other sources. And this is one of the best readings so far I have done when it comes to money. We had a magician here. Within the fourth season, I feel like this justice energy will give you a lot of confidence that you're going to start to take a lot of action towards the things that you want to accomplish. And the magician, he has all the tools in front of him. All he needs to do is just use, I think he's actually in front of the Stonehenge. And the chicken here can be symbolizing the resourcefulness. And he's going to start to use, you are using your resourcefulness within the fourth season. And that can actually be, we saw it here, there's a victory coming forth and there's a deal being made. And if you have been dealing with tricky situations, the Five of Swords can be dealing with someone who is like doing all the things in the book in order to win, but it seems like you're going to overcome that, and it's cutting with the justice too. The justice will be served in that situation. Seven of Swords comes as here being tactical in order to resolve the situations peacefully, because we have the peace in the family and the support. I feel like this is going to require, yes, Ace of Cups on the bottom, whatever your heart is desiring coming your way, but it requires you to be a little bit more tactical rather than being obvious. Okay, because Seven of Swords can be seen as like somebody stealing the swords here, but what he's doing is he's doing something outside of the regular action. So you might step into arenas that people are playing dirty already. So it requires you to take your actions in very strategic way. And that will lead to the Ten of Cups, your happy outcome. We have your element for this year is life, as comes with breath. And this is, I feel like, air energy that you need to practice and bring into your life more. You might be asking, how am I going to bring air into my life? It's your breath, guys. It says it here too. Focus on your breath. Allow it to guide your actions and flow. Fear often means breath holding. Let that all go. I feel like this might be happening with when you're waiting for the justice to be served. Maybe you're holding your breath. Then this is basically telling you, live your life. Do not hold your breath to things to complete or finalize. Live your life, move forward, and you will see the results at the end, or maybe not even at the end so far. It's really near. There's a place for slowing down your breath and being mindful of it. Take a deep breath and rethink your strategy. Take a deep breath and pause a few seconds before exhaling, which will train you to give yourself that little bit more time and space. So expand the time. You can, through breath, you can really manipulate time. That's the energy that I'm feeling from here. I'm going to pull a deity for you to see what we have. We have Nataraj, Lord of Dance. Okay, that's also while you're breathing, dancing can be a good practice. And the blessings he will bring into your life is fearlessness, joy of creativity, perfection in the arts of music and dance, finding pleasure in all circumstances of life, which eventually that's the purpose here. Even though the material that we want to manifest, we want to live a joyful life. Okay, let's see your affirmation. What does it say for you? Okay, I celebrate my differences. I am free from conformity, which is beautiful. Right, beautiful Virgo, that's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to add some more videos here so you can watch them as well. I wish you a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.